What's up guys, how's it going? My name is ShadyRiku and welcome to my magic guide for Kingdom Hearts Final Mix. Now throughout the game you learn a variety of magic spells to help you on your journey, and each of these can be upgraded twice to their most powerful form. Once Sora learns one of these spells, Donald, as well as Ariel and Jack Skellington, will also get access to these spells and their subsequent upgrades. Please note that the order in which you learn each spell is the same, so you can't skip any upgrades, but the upgrades you receive can vary depending on when you choose to do certain things in the game. For example, in my guide I might learn Stopka after completing the 100 Acre Woods minigame, but you might only learn Stop, depending on how far in the game you are. Most of the spells are learnt by progressing far enough in the main story, but others are very complicated to learn and can be missed entirely. So I decided to create a magic guide to show you how to unlock and upgrade every spell in the game. So let's jump on into it. So we're going in order of appearance on the magic commands, starting with Fire, our first spell learnt in the game, given to us by none other than Donald himself once we defeat Guard Armour in Traverse Town. We upgrade to Fira by defeating Jafar Genie in Agrabah. Firaga, the fully upgraded form of fire magic, is gifted to us by the Princesses of Heart after sealing Hollow Bastions Keyhole. Now on to our second spell, Blizzard, which is given to us by the Cheshire Cat in Wonderland. Once we go looking for evidence of Alice's innocence, the Cheshire Cat will tell us that if we find them all, there's a big reward, alluding to him giving us Blizzard. However, this isn't actually true. All we need to do is find the claw marks evidence, and he will teach us Blizzard. So where is this piece of evidence? Well, I'm going to show you starting from the Queen's Castle. So go ahead and enter the Lotus Forest. If you haven't already, you'll need to defeat the enemies here at the entrance of the Lotus Forest. With the Heartless defeated, we can now give the yellow flower to our left a potion by getting close enough to examine the flower, then going to Items, Potion, and then selecting Flower. As a reward, the flower will turn you big. Now jump on the tree stump, which will elevate a lily pad, creating a new path into the Bazaar room. Now let's turn small again by eating the fruit on the tree branch. Interact with it by pressing triangle to take it from the tree, and again to eat it. If the branch with the fruit isn't facing you, then hit the tree once. Once we're small again, we can make our way across the newly formed path near the entrance by using the mushrooms to get up to the lily pads. Here is the lily pad we pushed up, and this lets us get to the Bazaar room. We land precariously on top of a tap, and with a carefully executed jump we can reach the platform beside us and open the small evidence box. This triggers dialogue with the Cheshire Cat, and by the end of the conversation you will attain the power of ice. Now what if you never find the evidence, because after all, only one evidence is required to progress in the story, so if you didn't find the claw marks, don't worry, because once you defeat the Trick Master and seal Wonderland's Keyhole, the Cheshire Cat will give you the spell. Thankfully, upgrading to Blizzara is a little less complicated. All we have to do is defeat Jafar in Agrabah. Now once you seal Hollow Bastions Keyhole, the last big tournament held at the Colosseum will be available to enter, the Hades Cup. Now as you make it further through the ranks of the Hades Cup, you'll be given various rewards, including multiple magic upgrades. We will talk about the rest later, but for now the final upgrade for your ice magic Firaga is unlocked by defeating the 40th seed in the Hades Cup, Behemoth. Now on to one of my personal favourite spells, Thunder. Interestingly, this is one of the spells that can be missed entirely, since all three upgrades are unlocked at the Olympus Coliseum and Atlantica, both of which are optional and not needed to complete the game. Regardless, I'm going to show you how to get this spell right now. So when we enter the Olympus Coliseum for the first time, walk into the lobby and talk to Phil. He will then ask you to move the pedestal.
Pedestal over there for me? I gotta spruce this place up for the games.
Have Sora attempt to push it by running into it. And then go back and talk to Phil.
It's way too heavy.
This will trigger our cutscene, and at the end, talk to Phil once again and select I'm ready. This will begin Phil's Barrel Challenge, a mini-game which involves breaking barrels in a set time limit. If you need help with the Barrel Challenge, then check out my mini-games guide, which I will link down in the description below and at the end of the video. Complete both levels within the time, and Phil will teach you Thunder.
You know, you ain't bad, kid.
Looks like I'm headed for the games.
Afraid not.
Why not?
2 words. You guys ain't heroes.
Come on.
After defeating Ursula's second large form in Atlantica, you will receive an upgrade to your Thunder magic, following a cutscene and dialogue with King Triton. Once again, we're back at the Hades Cup at the Olympus Coliseum, unlocked after sealing Hollow Bastions Keyhole. Fight all the way to the 30th seed in this tournament and defeat Cerberus to receive the final upgrade to the power of Thunder, Firaga. Now on to the power of healing, starting with the spell Cure, learned after defeating Clayton in the deep jungle. Next up is Cura, and this is learnt just before you fight Captain Hook. Once you walk outside the pirate ship, a cutscene will trigger, and at the end you will obtain an upgrade to your magic cure. Again, if you're far enough in the story, you will have learnt this already. Now let's head over to Hollow Bastions library to get our final upgrade to our healing magic. Let's make our way to the bottom floor of the library, and at the base of the stairs facing a bookshelf is Aerith. If this is your first time speaking to her, she will give you 4 of Ansem's reports. If you'd like to know where the rest are, links will be down below to take you to my Ansem's reports guide. Speak to her a second time and she'll talk about Ansem. But speak to her a third time and she will bestow upon you Firaga, the fully upgraded form of Cure. Now once we defeat Opposite Armour and seal Traverse Town's Keyhole, our first of many tournaments are now available at the Olympus Coliseum, the Phil Cup. Talk to Phil to enter the cup. Make your way past all 9 rounds to become the champions, and for your efforts you will attain the power of stars, gravity.
We're the champs!
To upgrade to Gravira, defeat Oogie Boogie's Manor form, and seal Halloween Town's Keyhole. For the last time today, let's enter the Hades Cup, a tournament at the Olympus Coliseum unlocked after sealing Hollow Bastions Keyhole. Unfortunately, to learn Gravira, you need to defeat Hades, the 10th seed. You start at the 49th seed, so you need to win 39 other matches to get to Hades. Thankfully, your placement is saved after every 10 matches, so even if you lose to Hades, you can start at the 20th seed, instead of having to fight all the way there again. Once Hades has been defeated, you will receive your final upgrade to the power of stars.
Hey, what are you doing? Stop! Hey guys, get away from me! Oh, come on!
Next up, we're going to learn the power of time, the second type of magic which is completely optional and is not learnt automatically. To first learn stop, you need to defeat the Parasite Cage for the second time in Monstro. To upgrade to Stopra, you must complete Pooh's Swing minigame in the 100 Acre Woods. This not only requires the completion of the minigame, which I will show in great detail in my minigames guide, links will be in the description below and at the end of the video, but also the collection of the torn pages in order to actually unlock the area. Thankfully, I've already made a torn pages guide on my channel, which I will link down below. Once the minigame has been completed, the torn page will turn into an upgrade for your stop magic. The final upgrade to your power of time comes from defeating the secret boss Phantom at Neverland's Clock Tower, available after sealing Hollow Bastions Keyhole. Now I'm going to go into some detail now on how to get to this fight. So fly the gummy ship to Neverland and select Ship Cabin. Notice the Clock Tower option is missing. To go here, you need to speak to Tinkerbell. To do this, we need Peter Pan on our team. So while on the save point, press triangle, select party and swap Donald or Goofy out for Peter Pan. Now speak to Tinkerbell in the corner of the cabin and select Let's Go. This brings you to the clock tower to fight the Phantom. Once vanquished, you will learn Stopga. The 7th and final magic in Kingdom Hearts Final Mix is the defensive power of wind, first acquired with the spell Arrow, learnt after defeating opposite armour in Traverse Town. The next upgrade to our wind magic is actually inside a chest in a room within the ship's hold in Neverland. Thankfully the ship's hold has a save point, so it's accessible from the Gummy Ship menu. So here we are in the ship's hold. Go through the door at the end of this room and out into the main area of the hold. Now on the upper level in front of the ladder is a locked door with a yellow trinity in front. This room is only unlocked by activating that yellow trinity, which can only be activated after defeating the Heartless here, which I've done already. For anyone who's wondering, the yellow trinity is learnt after completing the Hercules Cup. For more detail on this, you can go check out my yellow trinity guide, which will be linked down below in the description. As I said, the upgrade is actually inside a chest in this room, but to open it up we need to defeat all the Heartless, so go ahead and do that first. The chest we want is on the upper shelf at the back of this room, and after opening it we will learn Aurora. Our final wind upgrade and the last, but possibly best, spell in this guide, Firaga, is given to us by the Dalmatians Pongo and Perdita in their house in Traverse Town's 2nd district as a reward for returning all 99 Dalmatians to them. Once again, I have a full in-depth Dalmatians guide on this channel, which will be linked down below and at the end of the video. Congratulations, if you've made it to this point in my guide, you've successfully learnt and upgraded all magic in Kingdom Hearts Final Mix. As always, I have been ShadyRiku. Thank you all so much for watching, I hope this guide helped you, and I will see you all on the next one. Take care.